What's poppin'? Turn your speakers up.
Turn these speakers up.
You're locked into the illest girls next door.
You can bump it in your stereo.
On BoominLive.com.
Hey, 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 hey.
I'm okay, though. I'm okay, though.
What up, y'all? This is Illest Girls Next Door, and we are back with another one. I'm Rissy Riss.
I'm J Benz.
And I'm Yanni.
And today is a very special day. I'm very excited about today. We have Mr. Marcus Ariah, one of the good fellas, and we have Joe College here.
Let's
They're
give a
here
round of
promoting their new
applause.
project, Time's Up.
What's up?
What's up?
Y'all already know y'all on the best podcast in Jersey, so
It's a fact.
how y'all feeling today?
Feeling good. I feel good. I feel great. How y'all feel?
I'm all right. My allergies kicking my ass a little bit, but I'm here. I'm alive.
Yeah, I heard allergies suck.
They do.
I don't have to deal with that, so that's good.
Same.
Feel me? Living my best life. Best life out here.
I woke up with a hangover, so yeah.
So like, how do you fix that? Like,
You gotta drink a lot of water.
Eat some bread.
Yeah, cause you won't be able to. You're not gonna feel like eating anything heavy, but you definitely gotta eat though. And then yeah, just over time it's just gonna go away.
you know what I realized about like me not drinking? I save so much money.
Hell
Yeah.
I save so much. Like people be going now and they be buying bottles and like, yo, a drink is a meal. I'm not about to spend $12 on this drink when I can get wings.
You
Like,
smoke though?
Pre-game.
no, I don't smoke. I don't drink or smoke.
No, let me tell you something. My cousin bought a section of XL. What was it the other night? Friday night. 400 babies.
Shit
for
me.
one bottle.
Shit me. Shit
For
me.
one itty
And
bottle.
then
I
that
was
shit
never
shit
doing that.
nasty.
Depending where you at, that shit normal though.
Alcohol is nasty. It tastes like alcohol.
It's about the destination
It's alcohol.
all the time.
It's about the
It's about the
destination.
destination. It's about where it take you.
Yeah.
All right, so where does alcohol take you?
There.
It give a lot of people courage. Like that they,
Oh, the liquid courage.
Yeah.
it give you what you really feel on the inside. It bring that shit out. Bring your
Yes.
demons and your demons or your
I was
best
just
side out.
watching this TikTok, and basically they were talking about how, like, you know, liquor spirit stores has a lot to do with your
Word.
spirit, and it brings out, like, you know, different parts of you
Yeah.
spiritually. So I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
be careful.
See, if I shit me. See, I can't get drunk because we don't know what's going to happen.
That's why everybody different. Some people just want to dance. Some people want to fight. Some people want to fuck.
Some people want to cry.
Yeah,
Don't
that
look
shit
at me.
that
Cry.
shit work out though for some people because
Yeah.
giving a fuck be the thing holding them back. So when you don't
Yeah.
give a
Yeah,
fuck,
Word.
this is true.
And that's me. That's me.
me.
That's a fact.
For
Word.
sure.
This
One
is
thing I will say is that when I'm drunk, there's but so much music I can listen to, and I've definitely bumped y'all lit. I was definitely in my bag driving, like,
Yeah.
like,
That's fire. That's
so
lit.
time's up.
Word.
Let's talk about
Let's
it.
talk about the birth of that.
Like, how did that even come about? How did you two meet? Like, what happened? Like,
I feel like we was just building over time, throwing events and all that type of shit together. Heard about each other and shit. I think we just bumped each other's shit, and then niggas ran into each other in I forgot.
We was in New York.
Yeah, New York. Yeah,
It was like a cipher.
yeah. That never came out.
Yeah, word.
Type shit.
But we was going in.
Yeah.
We met in New York, and it's just a mutual respect. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That
facts.
energy just brought us together.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
facts.
saying?
So, like, what aspects about each other's style of music drew you guys to
Right.
collab? Like, what made you say, yeah, like, we can do magic in the studio?
With me, I could tell he ain't no actor. You know what I'm saying? I can't fuck
I was
with
about to
that.
say, yeah.
That that super juiced up bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It was real. And that's
Exactly.
all that mattered. That's what was important to me. You know what I'm saying?
I like reality rap, so niggas talking real shit. It's like, you know what I mean? That's the type of shit I'm into. And I, like you said, I know the shit was honest. I don't really, like, you could tell when somebody not really telling the truth, or if you got
Yeah.
a question, it, it's like,
That's a
you know, I
fact.
ain't even worried about that type of shit. You feel me?
Nah, I was telling the girls earlier and everything. I was like, when you be rapping, Marcus, you give me like Pimp Daddy vibes, like
What's crazy is I get that from him. That's what I'm saying. I get he's so smooth over the tracks, and it's like, he really could talk a bitch out her underwear if he really wanted to. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, you hear the laugh, that shit is just like, it's like butter. Like, that shit is butter, bro. Like, it makes no sense. So, what's like your favorite song off the project?
Mine is Ladies Free.
I fuck with Ladies Free too, but I like Grease a lot. That shit resonate with me. I fuck with Grease.
Okay, wait, hold up, because you said that. So I listened to the album a few times, right?
Yeah.
So me and Rissy was having a conversation about it, and I'm like, I fuck with the album. She's like, I fuck with the album too. And she's like, give it another listen. Like, listen to it again. You know, so I was listening to it, and I'm like, that song was a song that like grew on me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I already listened to the album too many times to the point where I'm like, I'm just analyzing the songs now. So that song was really good. I like that song.
Yeah. I even stepped away from listening to the album completely for like, cause how long it's been out for what? Like 3 weeks. I stepped away from it for like a week. I ain't listened to it at all cause I like overdid it. Especially when we was in the studio already. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So then I came back to it and I listened to the shit in the whip and I'm just like, nah, this album, that's my recent post. I'm like, oh, nah, this album too crazy. Yeah. You feel me? I really love this shit. But Grease is like my favorite though.
Right now, my favorite is Jets. Right now. But it changes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine is Soul.
Soul.
I fuck with Soul.
That's a sleeper.
Heavy.
Yeah, that's a sleeper.
I fuck, like, the first time I heard it, I said, what the fuck? Like,
that's a sleeper. Word.
I like that. How long did it take y'all to create the project? Like, how long was the process?
Not long. Well, we started making it in 2019, but we made one song. Well, look. We made one song.
Explain, right.
We didn't know that we was really making an album. We made one song. It was easy. It was, the song was, getting traction. It was cool. And then sometime in 2020.
Was that Bernie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then in 2020, maybe what was Soul? I was like, wrote this on a hot day in July. That was probably like the second or third song we did. So from July to like December, January, we was working. But really,
July 2020, right?
Yeah, July 2020.
Yeah.
But really, December and January, we really did most of the album. We probably had 3 songs until then.
Yeah. So altogether, shit took some months. If we really break it down.
Mm-hmm.
But since we had so much shit going on in between, since Bernie on some shit, we was just building with each other and just been talking about it.
Right.
Like, we got to do a project together. It started off us supposed to be in like the Poconos. We was going to just do it all in 1 week, you know what I mean? But it might have been a different album, you know what I'm saying, if we would have did it that way. But shit took
months.
It took some months.
A couple months, 2-3 months.
Now, like, were y'all in like the same studio coordinating, or like different studios and just put it?
Yeah, we was in the same studio.
I was driving up here.
Yeah, he was driving up
Oh,
here.
really?
Yeah, he was at my
On the
studio.
road.
He came up every time for an hour, and I was just in there engineering the shit, trying to make sure it sound perfect and shit. And then, honestly, we could have did this shit a lot quicker, you know what I mean? But life.
Yeah.
In general, shit like that, niggas gotta find what days to do it and all that. And then,
That shit inspired me to move up here.
Yeah.
Really? Are you going to?
Oh, yeah, it's already locked in.
Oh, it's locked in? Oh, I love to hear it.
I was on the road 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, halfway drunk, sleepy, driving so far. It was like a lot of shit that I do is up here now. So
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, what was the hardest part about making the travel?
Yeah, trying to get on it,
I would have to worry about this nigga. Like, yo, man, I hope this nigga good.
Yeah.
Because he'd be tired as hell. Shit like
But that just shows the dedication, and I think that was really put into the album. Like, you can tell you guys worked really, really hard on it. Really, really. Well, it's an EP, mixtape.
It's an album.
It's an album?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's an album.
okay.
Yeah,
I just want to get it right, the
Yeah.
logistics of everything. So,
Because you guys are like realists and you guys really, like convey yourself like in an authentic way on the album and everything. Like, how do you guys go about finding the words? Like the words to express your feelings? Because like you guys, like you really got to listen to what y'all saying.
Right.
Like, I'm like, this is really deep. Like,
I feel like it just come from inside. If y'all was rappers, you know what I mean? Then y'all would like, I'm sure y'all been through some shit in y'all lives that you could just let out. Even it's just like writing without rhyming type shit. I feel like
with me too. With me, it's like, first of all, you gotta live though. Like if you're not living, it's gonna be tough. But at the same time, I've lived so much and people in my immediate circle has lived so much that I have material forever.
Word.
And because because I just keep it so real to me, you got to know that all of us have unique stories. Like whether you think your shit wasn't that, my shit wasn't that crazy. It don't gotta be crazy. It's little shit that we all went through separately that is interesting. So it's not hard. You just gotta look inside yourself.
And then plus, I feel like it's like both of us. We 10 years in type shit. It's 10 years of practice. Niggas put 10,000 hours in to really master the craft on some shit to really try to, be like real wordsmiths on some shit. So I feel like over time, niggas, because I know me personally, I wasn't the top rapper, you know what I'm saying? Like, but now I'm a little bit better than before. So, it's just time and practice and then experience and all that shit.
I had to realize that, I could make a song about being in fucking summer camp when I was young. And, a lot of rappers ain't comfortable with themselves to do that, but more people can relate to that than talking about some wild shit. You know what I'm saying?
Gun toting, all that
you know what I mean?
Right.
How, because, obviously you're you and he's him. On like a song, like who starts it off, or like how do you like connect to his vibe, or like how do you know if you wanna, like, say you wanna talk about something different on it, but like how y'all connect it together, being that y'all like two different people with two different personalities,
I mean,
and two different lifestyles.
I feel like for the most part we was talking like anything. We wouldn't even like, it wasn't no shit where we was writing and then we would show each other like.
Okay.
Oh, it just kind of.
Everything kind of like came together. We got some joints that's not released that was like a little different. Just one actually that was a little different, but it still blended together perfectly on some shit. Yeah, you feel me?
If you remember though, in the beginning we was having conversations where it's like I didn't really want to do topics because life is general. Like if like we just talking general,
right?
Then it all makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like
facts.
Like all our verses it's got some fly shit in it, some shit about women, some shit, whatever. It's all, every verse got that in it. So we're just speaking in general.
Right, it's definitely general.
Yeah, I feel like when you try to categorize certain things, I feel like at some point you run out of shit to talk about and it becomes repetitive.
Put yourself in a box. Crazy,
yeah. And then you'll find little stories like within like, 6 bars. Right. And then the shit switch over, you know what I mean, to something else like type shit. But it always just went perfect because we like similar dudes type shit, I feel like. I mean, we think alike a lot.
Word. That's true.
Word.
So in what ways do you two inspire each other?
His work ethic is crazy. Like he does everything. He recorded the album. They shooting videos. He's editing all day. All that shit makes me realize like there's really no excuse. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, if you because first of all, it's your dream. Yeah. So you can't be getting mad at nobody who ain't, I need this, I need that. It's his dream and he make that shit happen for himself. Like a lot of times, and this is no disrespect to either our crews, but a lot of times you'll think it was more of a group effort than it really is, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, no disrespect, because a lot of things are, you feel me? But when it comes to music, it's really him and he doing that shit alone. So
yeah, I'll be feeling the same way about this nigga. Like, just him coming, like you said, his dedication, the way he be coming up, driving an hour. A lot of people they just gonna be like, man, fuck that shit, you know what I mean? And I feel like he real like.
We got a caller.
Yeah, we could take it.
Okay, that's lit.
I feel like I know who it is. Hello?
Yo.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Hey, friend.
My Illest girls next door.
Hey. How you doing?
Oh, wow. I like that. Welcome. How dare y'all? What's up, Marcus?
What's good? What up?
What's up, Joe?
What's
I
up?
like y'all
Peace.
style. I listened to a couple songs. You know what I mean? I'm digging it.
Appreciate that,
Good
bro.
looking, that's real.
Yeah,
So
digging
this
that
is-
sweater. That shit's sharp.
Good looking.
Where you calling from?
Oh, I'm calling from Patterson, anonymously.
Yeah,
This
is
is our anonymous caller.
Oh, wow,
He
that's
calls
good.
every
Shout out to
episode.
Patterson.
Shout out to Patterson.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, I've been trying to get in contact with y'all, but I was in space fighting off aliens for y'all. Y'all ain't hearing about it.
What? We
Yeah, I think-
appreciate you.
So what's the question? Talk to us.
Question, how y'all feel about parody rap? You know what I mean? Like funny raps and shit. Would y'all ever venture into that type of category?
I mean, not really my style, but I mean, if it's a way for niggas to get bread, I'm not knocking niggas down for it.
Yeah,
I hear it.
I love
Camp song.
I love Redman, and I love I was a Luda fan growing up. I feel like that's what they was
Oh,
doing.
you would say that's parody, like rap?
I think so, kinda. I mean, that wasn't all they did, but they stepped into that. So yeah, I fuck with it. I don't know if I would do it, but I fuck with it.
As far as that, I think I would fuck with that. Like, that's more like so eccentric. Like they just super creative with their shit, but still talking about, I guess, the gutter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You still got the balls. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
But all right, gentlemen, have a nice night.
Peace.
Word, you
Thank
too,
you,
bro.
Anonymous.
Love.
Yeah, make sure you get seat and some bread.
It's a trip.
A whole trip.
Fighting off
Patterson.
aliens.
A whole trip.
So
But yeah, I was saying that, like, my bad to cut you off. Nah, like the nigga college, like he'll be sitting there, like he would come up with a lot of ideas, you know what I'm saying? And I fuck with the shit that he come up with because he know a lot of history, like on the music, on like, you know, movies and all that type of shit, and he knows how to like incorporate those things into, you know, the creativity that, you know what I mean, that he brings and shit like that. And I feel like I love that this nigga appreciate the art, and he know to, you know, take his time with things that need to be special type shit. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, like
word.
it's sacred.
Yeah. Word.
If I
Like he
couldn't,
paid.
if I couldn't be creative, I wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I love rap, but it's the whole thing to me.
Yeah. Like he'll pay attention to detail on some shit. Like he'll bring something up, like, yo, you remember when, you know, Nas and DMX, they was in the belly, and he'll point out some small thing that some niggas ain't picking up on, and be like, yo, we should do that. You know what I mean? Look, like little things like that and shit. Like, you feel me? Real intricate with his shit and detailed in his rhymes and shit like that. So I got no doubt, mad respect for this.
That's
dude.
what's up. Were there any memorable moments like while recording?
While recording in the studio, yeah. I mean, just with certain songs, we was doing certain songs, but I ain't gonna lie. I remember like the last session we had, we was talking, we was finalizing the album, and it had got like to down there 5 a.m, and I came outside and my lights was still on for my car, and my shit was dead.
Word up.
And my shit was dead.
And I already
and
did.
He already left.
Yeah, I already
we
did.
walked
I
out.
ain't know.
He already left. So I really was out in the middle of Patterson. Sun basically coming up, and I had to find.
I had to call my man's like, yo, because he was still in the area. He came through. And then this whole time, and he's like, all right, bet we good. So I'm like, all right, I'm glad he good and all this shit. I'll fall asleep, hit him up in the morning, like, yo, you good? He say good, and that's it. Now, recently, just 2 days ago or something, he tell me this story. What happened? What happened?
Yeah, man, it was a lot. So his man come back. I thought he had cables. He didn't. So he took me around. We driving around Elizabeth and Newark looking for jumper cables.
What?
Because my mans was supposed to have jumping cables. He like, yeah, I got them. I'm like, all right, bet, say no more. He went back to him. He ain't even have them.
So yeah, so we went to like 5 or 6 gas stations. They didn't have them. So we went to a Wawa. They said we didn't have them, but that guy over there is he got a tow truck. So I went over there and asked him, and he was like, and I was like, can you meet us at this address? And he was looking. It was a white dude. He's looking like, all right, I'll be there, right? And so we pull off. He goes a whole different way that was like not even the way of the studio. So we drove around a little more. We found a spot, got cables, right? And when we got back to my car, the dude was sitting there waiting and shit. Word up.
That was love.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I ain't know this until I'm thinking he was good. Like,
It was a whole
I ain't know this till a couple days ago.
So it's memorable in the sense of like, yo, this is like, it's crazy. Like,
part
it's a
of the
lot.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? But,
Right.
Yeah.
Word.
I think it's stories like that like once the project is done, it's like, yo, we went through mad shit.
Yeah.
And like
it was
we
worth
still
it.
exactly, it was worth it. That reminds me of like when we went to the VMAs
Oh yeah.
and all the shit that we had to do that week, bruh. I was on FaceTime hauling ass. They're like, run, Missy, run.
No, that day was complicated.
No, just the day
for
in
no
general.
reason.
The day in general. It took us 3 hours to get our makeup done. You couldn't find no fucking shoes.
It was in New York?
It was downtown at the Prudential Center.
Oh, no. Okay.
We had to be at check-in at 4:45.
You guys had
We
to go
pulled
get
up.
my shoes.
We did have to go get your shoes. We had to be at check-in at 4:45. I pulled up at 4:44.
That's what it's about.
I said,
lie.
run.
We had to get out the car, run. She like,
I had
yo,
the
your
perm.
boob out.
Oh yeah, yo, it was a lot. It was a lot happening. But we made it work.
Those are nights you remember, though. You
No,
don't,
really.
You don't remember the nights everything went right.
Facts.
You just don't.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
With that being said, you guys talk about it a lot in your music. Like, what does it mean to surround yourself with good people, like-minded people?
It means everything. It means everything. Like,
More so, how does it also help you guys do better in what you do as far as music and, you know?
yeah, when you surround yourself with like-minded people, things just fall in place. You know what I'm saying? But when you don't, everything seems like it's forced. Seems like you're trying to force something to happen that's not. The energy isn't good enough for it to happen around you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I know. We spend a lot. Like, I know in my life, I spent a lot of time trying to drag people to success who didn't even really want to go there. And that's my fault. That's not their fault. That's my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you gotta be looking back and trying to grab, that's probably not gonna work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like all deep relationships always gonna mirror yourself type shit. You feel me? So you just gotta make sure that you keep those people around you just so that you can, the saying, fucking, you got 5 millionaires. You gotta keep 5 millionaires around you to come to 6 type shit. So you just gotta make sure you around like-minded people so that y'all can always be each other's crutches and keep each other up no matter what type shit. Because if you got somebody, so you got one person that's lacking on some shit, you got 4 other motherfuckers that can be able to help that one person up instead of, because sometimes just one ain't enough type shit, I feel like. So if you keep yourself around the same like-minded people, then I feel like that's the most important thing because it's everything that you need. Sometimes you being by yourself, you could just go crazy. I feel like, mental health is everything, you know what I mean?
You can't really get nothing done alone.
Yeah.
You want to be real.
Well, especially being an entrepreneur, you always going to need a team, like always going to need a team. People thinking that they could do it alone, but it's like you're not going to be able to, you can wear multiple hats, but then at a point, it's going to be like, yo, like, that shit gonna mess you up in your head type shit, you know what I mean? I be going through that shit a lot, so I understand. Sometimes I be like, I gotta reach out to somebody like, yo, bro, could you knock this out for me type shit, you know what I mean? You feel me? So you need people that's as strong as you mentally, you know what I mean? Just in case you a little weak at one point, maybe one day or something like that, you feel me? Yeah.
I think that's really important, especially in the Black community because we're raised off of survival mentality, and we're so prideful all the time. And sometimes it's hard to ask for help. And I think, like, the whole crabs in a barrel mentality, that's the thing. So it's really important to have people, like-minded people around you, people who are going to lift you up because so many people who want to bring us down, So you have to keep that crew, keep that team around you who's going to lift you up and, they're gonna be that shoulder. Like they won't make it seem weird or like it's okay to ask for help. And that's something I'm working on. I don't ask for help for shit. Like I do everything on my own.
I learned. And I'm not saying you, but I learned that one of my older homies, always said, people who don't want to ask for help don't want nobody asking them for help. I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying, like, if you know, like, that you wouldn't mind helping people and shit, I feel like that's where we would get more comfortable in asking people for shit because really it's like I don't necessarily like need you or nothing, but it's like I do need help for this, for what I'm doing right here and shit. And it's like I shouldn't feel the type of way asking you, but I know naturally just being Black, I know like we just come from that, like when you leave out this house, you ate already, don't go asking for, you know what I mean? That's just natural. But I feel like most people that I know that be like, I ain't asking somebody for shit because they don't want nobody asking them for shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And some people don't know, they don't want people to know that they need help type shit, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? It's because it's a lot of pride that goes on in the Black community and shit. And I feel like even like, it's a lot of within ourselves, the shit that you might see on social media, motherfuckers niggas is calling each other broke, and then we call each other broke, we bringing each other down. Oh, you ain't got this, you ain't got that. When in reality, ain't nobody really rich on some shit. You know what I'm saying? It be the niggas that's rich, but it be the niggas that's not rich, that don't got it all, that be telling other people, you know what I mean, what they should be doing and all that type of shit, you know what I mean? And it depends on also how you take it. Like, you could take it in a way where it's like, all right, I'm gonna take that and say fuck that nigga and grow off of that. Or you could, some people gonna be like, man, that shit really fucked me up in my head, and now I'm gonna just still stay in my same position because I can't get nowhere anyway type shit.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, work.
You know, like going back to what Joe was saying, like for me it's the opposite. Like I'm always quick to help somebody, but I don't like, you know, asking for help. And then it was on some like, whenever I do ask for help, no one ever comes through. It was like I just get it done by myself. But then it was like I had to take a look at the people I was surrounding myself with. Like none of these people are capable of helping me with the shit that I need anyway. So it's like I can't even really be mad at them. I just got to surround myself with the people who I know can help me, and I'll help them. Like for example, I was sick. She brought me a whole care package when I was sick. I didn't ask her to do that shit. She did it.
Shout out to good
when
friends.
she got sick, I did the same thing for her. She had a flat. I was ready to go pick her up today. Like you feel me? So you just have to surround yourself with those types of people.
Right. And yo, it's crazy. Like I feel like in the black community, the word "use" or being used is so taboo. But I'd rather be used than be useless. Though.
Right.
Oh, that's the one.
That's the one.
That's a good one.
That's the one.
Yeah, I'd rather be used than be useless because shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we
Word
can't
up.
use you like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Taking up
You know what I'm
space. Like, what are you
saying?
in for?
Everybody use each other at the end of the day.
We got
If
to.
you really
We
want
put
to be
it
completely
exactly.
honest,
Really
yeah.
want to be
Word.
honest.
Yeah, we have to.
Word. We put a bad connotation on that shit, I feel like, but we
That's
definitely.
what I think. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like, you have people who care about you and who are there for you. And, like, if I got $100 and you got $0, then we going to eat together.
Yeah,
you feel me? So
word.
it's like, is that really using? Like,
Right, exactly.
so I don't know.
It's just all the intent behind it, and like
Exactly.
if you always think somebody is using you, if you always think somebody's trying to one up you or something like that, ask yourself, why are you so defensive? Because everybody isn't like the last person you dealt with, or everybody isn't like that last group of people you were around.
People
like,
don't want to feel like they owe you. And that's another thing. Because it's kind of like, okay, she fed me, I owe her. Or, oh, she... And it's like, when you're around genuine people, like, honestly, what's really a $10 meal? Like,
what I'm saying.
if your friend beasting over a $10 meal, that's not your friend.
Honestly.
Like, eat, girl.
honestly,
Right.
or like,
Some
oh, can
juice.
you could send that back to me? Like,
Like,
Right.
relax.
come on.
You gotta look out. We look out for
Word.
each other.
know,
That's
so-
just
You have to.
natural, you know
We don't
what I'm
count
saying?
favors over here.
Not at all.
Man. Come on. Like,
That's
Man,
ass.
facts. That shit should always be natural.
So, you know, if we put the music to the side for a minute, like, you know, how's life, y'all?
life is beautiful.
Word.
How y'all?
Life is life. Life is beautiful.
Word.
Good and bad shit, because it's, you know, it's life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotta take the good with the bad.
No,
What
that's
you want to know? You got something on your mind.
Yeah, that was me being nosy.
that was a segue.
They was like, yeah, life is beautiful.
Like,
I'm like, okay.
Like, what's beautiful? What's going on?
Can we get a little detail?
What's going on?
What about like families? Any outside motivators? People who are there for you? Friends who are there for
That
you
was my
since the
next
beginning? Like, I know for certain artists, it's probably like you get to a point where it's kind of like, I love music, and then it's like, oh shit, I'm actually good at this, and you start seeing people hop on like, yeah, bro, you could like, how's that support from the people who've been there since day one?
Shit clean. This dude right here been there since the first day.
Hey, Mom, shout out
The
to Mom.
first day I ever like spit anything, like anything. Like we was in the basement on some shit, and like he been here, he's still here right now.
It's always a basement.
Always a
It's always a
basement.
basement.
Yeah, facts. Yeah,
When did you start rapping?
I started rapping when I was like 17, I think. But I was doing poetry before that, but it was like 17. Yeah, it was like 17.
So like when you put out your first song or whatever, was it on like SoundCloud or?
Yeah, it was on SoundCloud.
It was on SoundCloud.
Yeah, it was on SoundCloud. Yeah.
Yo, funny story. My best friend is a rapper and everything, and it's just so funny. Like when you see somebody start their career to where their career goes and grows and everything. Like I'm literally used to hold the mic next to the phone. I should record it for SoundCloud. Like it's just like
You was there shooting in the gym.
That shit like growing dreads or growing your hair.
Yeah, word.
The beginning,
The beginning stage.
y'all was fronting on me in the beginning.
Yeah,
like, don't act like you wasn't.
Facts. Yo,
one
I used to
thing
I used to have like I had like this whack ass mic on some shit, and I used to get a shoebox. I would get a shoebox, and I would put some like little cushion inside and put a do-rag over this shit inside the shit to record. Wow. Yeah, I used to do that.
You had a whole little contraption set up.
Yeah, facts. Before I had anything, yeah, word.
I started rapping on that little skinny ass mic, you know, the little skinny ass computer mic.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I was rapping on that shit first. Real throwback shit. I put my first song out on MySpace.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, you've been there.
Oh yeah, you MySpace, you.
Right. Yeah, me and my crew and shit, we just was dissing niggas. That was it. All our songs was just that. And, just dissing niggas.
Diss songs.
Yeah.
That's
word.
MySpace, damn, you just showed your age.
Yeah. I've been outside. I've been outside.
Right, it was the microphone for
I know what he talking about.
Yeah, a little skinny joint. Yeah, I've been outside. Look, for real. I've been, this ain't my first
Niggas
rodeo.
live word. Long lives.
Look, y'all look good for y'all ages, so keep
wait,
it like
hold
that.
on. We young. Niggas is still young, Niggas is still young, but yeah.
They the babies.
All right.
Okay.
They the babies.
I don't know up to it because I hate when people be trying to say, "Oh, you a baby." Like, yeah, you about to be 30.
But what's funny is people they think you the oldest
all the time. It's because I'm the tallest.
Yeah.
That's it. It's only the height.
Yeah, it's the height.
It's the height, and because they think
you look
I'm
like
the
a baby
youngest.
too. So.
I do look like a baby.
Yo, in the black community getting older
We
is
still
like
young though.
tabooed up.
Yeah, facts. Like,
yo.
we not even at that age to be talking about how we talking right now.
I know.
This is true. This is very true. This is very
but
true.
even when we get there, it's like, yo, what's the alternative to getting older?
Right.
We ain't trying to do that. I ain't trying to die.
That's such a way
Right.
to look at it. Right?
Right. No, that's a
So
fact.
every birthday is a celebration, like for real. Like
Grandma's be like
You know what I'm
60
saying?
years young.
yeah, hell yeah.
That's
You
gonna
get
be
that
me.
60, 70, 80. Well, a lot of people don't get there.
Right. No, that's a
A
fact.
lot of people
Yeah.
don't get to 40.
Yeah, shit.
Right.
Not shit. A lot of people I ain't know ain't make it there, and if they did, they lost their fucking mind, or they ain't who they was. They ain't like who they can't recognize themselves when they look in the mirror. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
I still got that same spirit
But you
I
say
had.
how you
Y'all
look at
scaring
40 and we
me.
was in the same grade?
Huh? Yeah, that's a fact though. A lot of niggas is out here looking weathered.
No, fact. That's a
You know
good
what I'm saying? They looking weathered.
weather. That's a good one.
Because you said it's scary. It is scary though, because like the world, how we'll adapt to the
Yeah.
world so much, but the world is kind of fucked up. So then when you adapt to that, you don't even recognize yourself as you get older. Like, damn, am I who I was? You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna sound like a little nerd, but I was just reading about that, right? And it's that it's called the 4 Agreements. I'm pretty sure.
A great book.
Yeah. So in that book, like once I read that book and I got a perspective on that, it's like we just let the world poison us.
Yeah.
And we just believe everything the world tell us, and it's kind of like you need to just take a step back before you get lost in the sauce.
Because we think feelings is weak. Like we think having feelings and feeling away is weak. So we really try to harden up or just try to adapt to like the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? But I think the person that can love and love and love again after getting hurt, them really the strong people. You know what I'm saying? For real, because it's just life.
We kind of like
that
lost
shit
sight of
crazy.
communication in general.
Yeah.
Like we don't know how to authentically communicate at all.
So
Yeah,
like
that's a
speaking
fact.
of love, I'm actually reading this book now called All About Love by Bell Hooks. And in the
Let me
book,
borrow it after.
in the book, she defines love as the extension of yourself to nurture your own or another spiritual growth. And it made And once I read that, I said, well, goddamn, I never loved nobody.
Right.
Wait, run it back. Say it
The
again.
definition of love is to extend yourself for the nurturing of your own or someone else's spiritual growth. And it's like, if you really think about it and really put that, first of all, as I was reading a book, I said, all right, let me write down a list of all the people I love.
Yeah.
And then let me write the list of all the people who I think love me. The list of people who I love was way longer than the list of people who love me. And then once I read the definition, I said, well, shit, to nurture someone else's spiritual growth, I'm just learning about my own spiritual growth. So I don't think I've ever really loved anyone for real.
So you wrote that list before you read that definition? What made you write that list?
Because I was reading a book and I'm just like, let me just do it. Like, let me just see. And then
To me, true love is supreme understanding. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, if the list is outweighing itself, it's because maybe you're not letting people in like that.
Oh yeah, nah,
So
I'm
when they
not.
don't truly know you, you know what I'm saying? Because true love to me is supreme understanding through and through. No, what's it called? we call it when unconditional love.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? That's true love.
And you're a woman, like I feel like black women are naturally nurturing too. So I feel like more than likely, y'all will have longer lists.
More than likely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then like with unconditional love, people always subconsciously associate unconditional love with unconditional tolerance too.
Yeah.
Just because I love you don't mean I'm going to tolerate the bullshit. Because I love you, I understand why you're doing it.
Yeah,
but
I'm
you
not
don't
gotta deal with it.
Right.
Yeah, you don't
Exactly.
gotta deal with it. That's
exactly.
a fact.
That corny saying was okay, when you love someone, you let them go. That's real.
That's true.
Yeah, like you let them go for them.
Yeah,
Like
because it's not about ownership at all.
Yeah.
Not about ownership at all.
Right. Spiritual growth. If I gotta let you go so you can grow, fly like a bird.
I be punching air and I'll be mad. That was a good one.
Nah, it be hurting. It be hurting. Like, damn.
Because you
don't never send a text out like trying to finesse a little bit.
Nah,
Y'all
I
lying.
hate when you like let them go and they really go. Like, I wasn't serious.
Right,
like,
exactly.
See, for me, I'm always the one that got away for niggas, bro. Like I leave and then they be and then they be want to come back. Like, nigga, I gave you mad times to get your shit together.
Because people always wake up. They always realize it might be on their fucking deathbed, or it might be, but people always wake up. They always remember, like, damn, she was all right. Like, she was there for me. She ain't never tried to steer me wrong. You know what I'm saying? So what you give people, that's all you can worry about. How they take it, that's you know what I'm saying. But
That's
just
part
know
of,
that when it's said and done, they gonna think about you like in that light, like, damn, that was, she was good.
That's part of narcissism, though. I feel like. You know, some shit. You feel me? Keep it real with you. That's part of it.
Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mother I miss her.
We was just talking about this shit in the chat. But like now, like that shit. I was just doing some. Shorty had sent me some shit. I ain't gonna hold you. Shorty sent me some shit about like some narcissistic, a video or whatever. And then I started doing some research on the shit or whatever. I'm like, there's a lot of qualities that that both of us have, or like that I even see amongst like a lot of relationships and a lot of like, people in general and all that type of shit. And it'd be things like, like a nigga being on some shit, like, doing some fucked up shit or whatever, leave and then try to like reel a shorty back in by a little bit of things like,
like manipulating.
Yeah, feel me? Manipulation falls under the narcissistic type of shit or whatever. It's more research that niggas could do. I only just was looking up some shit a couple nights ago. But
I didn't, I didn't even mean where it's like, yo, I'm trying to get you back, and it's just like, yo, what you give people, if you give them your true self, like I said, they might not even be in a position where they can reach you. Like I said, sometimes be on motherfuckers' deathbed. They got 2 hours left. They start thinking about everybody like that was in their life, and it's like, damn, they was all right, man. They didn't try to ever steer me wrong, because then they compare it to the people who was fucked up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They realized the little discrepancies we had and all that shit ain't about nothing. That was light shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when they talk about who this person is, that's a good person. You know what I'm saying?
I just hate that it even has to get to that point. Like, exactly. You on your death, we can't do shit about it now.
I know.
Right?
But timing is everything, though.
It is.
Timing is everything, and sometimes it just don't be the time, maybe the right time. And we also living in an ego-driven ass world. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
A lot of shit we do, it ain't for our souls. It's just for the vanity and shit.
Ego.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I feel like you got to be self-conscious about those type of things, like while you up and breathing and living.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just trying to be good to everybody around you. Even though shit could be hard sometimes because you just got your personal situations that be going on and shit like that. But before you even get to your deathbed,
you gotta drop that ego. That ego.
The ego is going to be the death of a lot of people.
Man, shit hard.
A lot of people.
I feel like everybody got a little bit of that.
Hell yeah.
Give people their flowers while they here.
That's the only thing stronger than a man's pride is a mother's love. Niggas, when our pride and ego be crazy. Yeah, it be in the way crazy, like
more than niggas even would think or know type shit.
I'm speaking like that shit happens to me too. So
100%.
I don't even think like half the time, like most of the time when we're thinking, if you're not aware, if you're not conscious, that's your ego talking to you. It's not even your higher self. It's none of that. It's your ego talking to you. So now I'm getting to the point where like I be in some shit or like something happened with a guy, and I just sit. And I just ask myself, like, all right, is this my ego talking? Because my ego be hurt.
Yeah.
I be hurt. Ooh, I be hurt. I be hurt. Ooh. But, I'm evolving.
Yeah.
my different personalities got different egos to them.
You funny.
I'm serious. You got Baby
That's
Shark,
crazy.
you got J Bands, and then you got Jada.
You gotta get them under control. That's crazy.
They all got, you feel me? It depends on who you get. But I just want to say thank you for coming.
We ain't do dirty laundry. What you ending it for?
It's out of time.
We are?
Yes.
Oh, we gotta do a part 2. So.
No, we
definitely
do gotta do a part 2. That's crazy.
Y'all the ones that got away
Right.
today.
I'll
But
be
when y'all
back.
come
We'll be
back, that's what we starting off with. Okay, that's on period. But I just want to say thank you for coming on Illest Girls Next Door.
Yeah,
We
no
is
doubt.
out.
No doubt. Time's up.
Time's up.
Everywhere.
Time's up.
Right now.
Yeah.
On all platforms, right?
All
All
platforms.
platforms.
All platforms.